Hey, I'm Celine, and 10 years ago, I left everything and moved to Paris. Oh, we could have died that night. Yeah, she actually wants caviar as well.
That subject is not going to be dropped. Like, we need to address it.
I think I probably would have given up and gone back home. A pine honey. Is it a duck or a bird? It was now or never.
Testing, testing.
We are here because I wanted to document the real side of Paris from people who actually live and work in this city and show kind of the authentic side that you don't really get to see in shows like Emily in Paris, for example. I'm CEO of my company, Céline Concierge, and we have about 10 team members now on the team. We're growing really fast, and I wanted to also show and just document our growth as a team and as our company as we go into this amazing year with the Olympics coming up here in Paris. And yeah, so that's why we're here today. Je vous souhaite une bonne journée, les filles, from Audrey. You know, we are in France after all. Kind of cover it up a little bit. Line 13 is acting a fool, so I'm finding an alternate route. So my first Euro trip was in 2011. I came with my cousin Andrea. We were just two wild girls that were in college. We started in London, we went to Germany, Frankfurt, and then we came to Paris. So Paris was, I think, our third stop. We just like fell in love with the city and the food and the boys. We ended up meeting two guys that kind of were like our tour guides for the week. They took us all over the city. We like met them in Montmartre at Sacré-Cœur, and I felt like I was in a movie. They like took us out to dinner, and they had this brilliant idea of taking us on this on a rooftop. Could have died that night, but luckily we didn't. And then the next few days they like went with us to the Pompidou Center. It was just like this really fun way that we got to see the city through locals' eyes. That trip was life-changing for me. When I went back to the US, it never left me this like the magic of France and the magic of Paris. And I just decided like after I was done with college that I would move here and try to live here and work. Can you just double check that it has our name on it? Sometimes, yeah, don't want to accept packages that are not for us or our clients. So the Tupperwares I think that we got for her. Yeah, she actually wants caviar as well.
You speak to him. If you can pass the phone to me, I want to let him know that we're shooting a documentary and introduce the idea of him working with us. Okay. To maybe use that apartment as a place that we could go and actually film in. Okay.
Et juste une dernière chose, je t'ai envoyé un mail si tu voulais avoir notre guide dans l'appartement aussi. Je sais pas si tu l'as vu. Ben, c'est assez récent, je l'ai publié en 2022, donc c'est pas très vieux et ça parle de Paris, avec beaucoup de recommandations à quoi faire. Si tu veux, je t'envoie une copie. Merci, passe une bonne journée. Au revoir. You are?
I am.
No, you're great.
It's fine. It's fine. My name is Diana. I work for Céline Concierge as a property manager, and I also do personal assistance work for one of our high net worth clients. And this afternoon we're going to be doing some grocery shopping at a few of her favorite stores, getting the freshest ingredients and the most local things that Paris has to offer. And we're also picking up some other items that she wanted before she returned from her trip. So we're getting a suitcase and some wine delivered. She's having some people over this weekend, so we're also looking into getting caviar and other goodies, some cake for a get-together this weekend. So just going to get into motion, planning all of that, and also just some errands around Paris.
The streets are very nasty in Paris. That's something they don't tell you about in Emily in Paris. So this afternoon, we are going to make some purchases and running some errands for one of our clients that lives in the 7th. We are tag teaming it, so Diana and myself, we're all going in different directions. We're gonna go pick up some items at the Bon Marché, some wine at a wine cave. So come along with us.
Nowhere is ever too far, baby, all we got is time. Small town, run down, so let's run away from here. From the coast to the coast, where everything is clear. Follow me.
Ça va? So these are the 2 bottles that we're trying to get for our client that we called ahead, and we got our friends Didier and Florence to reserve for us. So I'm here to pick them up and to pay. This is also the best caviste du vin à Paris. Oui, pourquoi pas? Oui, avec plaisir.
Bonjour, je suis Didier et ça fait 30 ans que je travaille pour la maison Riste du Perron et quelques années avec madame. Donc ici nous sommes action-réaction. Dès que madame souhaite un vin, un service, nous sommes tout de suite là, et que vous êtes, comme a dit mon collègue, dans une maison familiale qui date depuis 1905.
Là vous avez tous les premiers grands de Bordeaux, hein, voitures, hein, Pétrus, Mouton, La Tour et autres. Plein de grands Bourgogne aussi. Tout vient en direct des domaines, nous.
And I'm like, hey guys, you have like 10 bottles of champagne. Oh yeah, okay, we'll get that for you. Or the Giverny, comment on dit?
Gevrey-Chambertin.
Chambertin.
Gevrey-Chambertin.
Yeah, they get it for me right away, and then we come by the store, pick it up, and deliver it to our clients.
C'est pour ça, vous voyez, il y a toutes les bouteilles dans différentes tailles, différentes années. On peut personnaliser les étiquettes au nom des personnes en 2 petites minutes. À côté de ça, on a un portateur de Porto millésimé, un portateur de whisky écossais et négociant en vin sur la place de Bordeaux.
A little fun fact, I got all of my wine for the wedding here. Red wine, white wine, and our champagne.
What are we going to do next?
So now we're heading to the Bon Marché. We're gonna go to Rimowa and pick up the suitcases that we ordered ahead of time. And then we'll take them to our client's apartment and deliver everything so that she has all that she needs for the weekend. Sounds good. AKA protest. So when I decided to move to Paris after college, I felt like it was now or never. If I didn't go, then I felt like I would never take the leap again in my life. Like I felt like I would never have that opportunity to go. So I decided to just pack up a suitcase, arrive here, and I would figure the rest out. I didn't have work, I didn't have a visa, I didn't know the language, and I was living off of graduation money. You know, little by little, I just was able to like find a visa. I got a student visa, so I was able to stay more long-term, and I found housing with these 2 brothers that lived in the Marais at the time, and they were looking for a roommate. So that was really, really special for me to like live in such a beautiful place. And little by little, I just started finding work as a freelance cinematographer. If I had to pick like one thing, that's hard. That's a hard question because I feel like France and just like the French culture and integrating into the society, it's all very hard. Like it's very challenging to come in as a foreigner. Pine honey, miel de pin. Hi. Like, I mean, I don't know why I thought you... To like roll it? Nah. Hey, welcome back to another day in Paris. Today I was in the office with my colleagues Grace and Abder. Today was mostly a day doing emails, replying to client calls, and catching up with each other on our to-dos, so check it out.
I get bad vibes from this music. Like, do not trust them.
That subject is not going to be dropped. Like, we need to address it because I know they're not going to like forget about it. They're trying to put blame on our owners for cleaning the gutters on something. The restaurant that's underneath their apartment is claiming like 100,000. So every building in Paris is co-owned. And so that would be considered something like in the US, a homeowners association. The Syndic is usually the organization that manages all of these co-owners so that there's like peace between them. They help manage like problems, maintenance, repairs that happen in the building. As a property management company, we often are in communication and managing problems that arise in our owners' apartments with the Syndic so that they can get the right people, especially if it affects, you know, one of our owners' apartments, but it's like in a common area. In that case, we would have to call the Syndic to get them to send like a plumber or a technician to deal with those issues. So, yeah.
I think anyone coming to Paris can feel really isolating sometimes, and it's really important, it's vital even, to find a community of people that you can surround yourself with, because I think a lot of the times expats will move to Paris and then it's really harsh on them emotionally. And I think a lot of times people just end up going back home because they don't have anything to like hold them down, to ground them here. So for example, the first couple of years when I had first moved to Paris, I fell in love with this guy and he actually broke my heart twice. I think if I didn't have like a strong community of people that I worked with and that were like in my church, I think I probably would have given up and gone back home. Just one other thing I want to mention is when expats move to France, I think there's an expectation like it'll be easy to make friends with French people. And sometimes that's true, but a lot of the times it's actually not true, because especially what I found in Paris myself was that French people already have their own communities and they already have their own friends, that they've been friends from like childhood. So when you come in, they don't need friends. They're not gonna necessarily be the ones to like welcome you in or be friends with you. And it's up to you to like maybe take that approach or that first step in trying to get to know them, because I think French people have like guards up, kind of the opposite in the US, where you can kind of say hi to someone and they'll be like, hi, and like they're super joyful and welcoming, but then maybe it doesn't really end up being anything. But in France, I think once you break that barrier, French people can actually be really like lovely and really nice to like get to talk to and to know. But it takes a little bit more work essentially than it would with like Americans in the beginning. So just like know that going into it and don't quit. Hey guys, I really hope this video about the real life in Paris was helpful and entertaining. It's the first one in a series that we're gonna be doing for you. If you guys have any questions or comments or topics that you want us to do, please let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.